Hey, fuck it, I gotta start. Like, I'm 20 minutes fucking late. Nobody's here. Fuck it. Just start it. Like, who gives a shit? Hey, everybody, fucking Unnamed Friday show. There's supposed to be other people here for me to introduce, but nobody showed up. So that's fun and good. Am I still in the Discord room? I am still in the Discord room yelling. There's nobody in there. Maybe if I throw the link up, maybe somebody will come in here. Maybe. I don't know. Again, I'm like, I fucking prepare for this shit less than the Sunday show. At least the Sunday shows, I look up like, oh, this happened this week. That's the thing that fucking happened.
Monks in 5e are not overpowered.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh shit, Lundy's here. Thank Christ, Lundy. You're my angle and my demon. Also, Lundy, I stand by every fucking thing I've said about Matt Pat today.
I'm sure you do.
If there was a fucking child molester and Matt Pat tied to two separate railroad tracks, I'd save the child molester.
You didn't even, in that scenario, provide that you had to save only one of them.
No, like, it could have been like, you have enough time to save both. I'm like, nah, I want to make sure I save the child molester really thoroughly.
You do have the option of not saving either. No. I'm saving the child molester just so Matt Patton knows I saved the child molester.
Yeah, and as he's being run over by a train, I'm going to be like, that's a theory, a train theory. I really fucking hate Matt Pat so, like, he might be the one person on YouTube besides Brett Keane who I actually hate, and he's never fucking done anything to me.
He's never done anything.
Every time I see, every fucking time I see one of his videos, I'm just like, oh, this fucking shit again.
He's never done anything that's, like, morally wrong to the best of my knowledge, but you still fucking go, rah! Every time he makes a video.
I'm like, he is the reason God doesn't talk to us anymore. God exists, but it's people like Matt Pat who fucking God's like, you know what, the Earth's fucking worthless. Fuck this shithole planet. He's not even using the word fucking theory correct.
Oh, God damn it, Matt.
Even in the fucking pop culture context of the word theory, he's not even using it correct. What he did today wasn't a film theory. It was a Spider-Man would die if he was a real-life human being. Matt Pat. He's a fucking comic book character.
Are you just angry because Matt Pat is a man who has the name Matt, and so you're somewhat associated with him just by having the same name? And so every dumb thing he says, you feel responsible for.
That doesn't help, but like, no, it's just like half of his theories are just like, this is fucking just complete shit.
Oh, fuck.
I am stoned 90% of the time, and I haven't even fucking said shit this dumb.
So I had another argument with the other D&D group today.
You did.
About monks.
A lot of those.
Yeah. See, the thing is, two of the other players, who are also two of the other GMs throughout the week, are both 100% convinced that 5th edition monks are bullshit. And I've had to explain to them time and again how they so totally fucking aren't, and yet they don't accept it for no discernible reason. I know
monks are OP if you have hundreds of thousands of gold to spend.
Well, I mean, that might be the case even in Pathfinder, when you have like a shit ton of fucking.
The only reason monks are overpowered is because monks are the one class that have the most fucking special items for them.
Mm-hmm.
They even have like weird items that aren't even slotless. Like I don't know if you've ever used it, Lundy, but it's like that training dummy item where you punch it a couple of times and it makes you punch better.
I've never used that actually. I've never even heard of that.
It's I forget what it does, but you basically you train with it for like 2 hours a day, and I think it gives you like the choice between like power attack and combat expertise, depending on how you set it up.
Okay. I've never heard of that, but okay. I should point out that in 5e things are a lot more powered down than they are in like Pathfinder and the like. I like in Pathfinder, I completely submit.
Well, that's because they're trying to bring everybody up to the level of fucking arcane caster.
Well, yeah, which is, kind of a fool's errand when you have casters the way they are. I mean, just speaking in terms of damage output, you can't really get past a lot of the shit that is like intrinsic in casters. The one thing that they try to do to sort of nerf casters is that 6th through 9th level spells can only be cast once a day.
What up?
Yeah, but that's still like, hey, Agus, that's still like, I can literally stop time once per day.
Yeah. And they still have like power word kill and shit like that, where it's like you have less than 100 health, you just die. No save. Fuck you.
Yeah, eat a dick.
Though the counter I was given to that was with these guys who are arguing with me is you get Quivering Palm at level 17 if you go with a particular archetype in 5th edition, which that's a save or die.
You know what Quivering Palm doesn't affect though? Outsiders, undead, oozes, plants. Constructs, a lot of aberrations, elementals.
I just like, yeah. So just as a quick breakdown, here are some of the things the monks can do in 5th edition. So one thing that I think made them actually viable as opposed to in other editions is that they have an intrinsic ability to just use their dex for their attacks as opposed to their strength. So you don't need a special feat for that anymore. Yeah. So that's good.
Makes honestly sense. Like,
so that's a good thing.
I'll be completely honest. Like, I've never liked the fact that, like, look, I've started off as a rogue, of like a dex heavy rogue. Why do I have to waste a feat for weapon finesse? I should just be able to be like, no, my base fucking attack is based off of my dex.
Yeah, that's another thing that 5th edition sort of like fixed up a lot too. Is that a lot of weapons, like the light weapons, will have the finesse feature on them, which will be like, you don't even need weapon finesse. If you just have this weapon, you can just use dex for it. Which is a pretty fucking awesome thing to do.
Okay, Angus, did you get my thing? Since Jason's not going to see this, Angus, did you get my thing about student philosophy trait?
Yes, I did.
Jason will have a lot of fun with that one, being like, are you really doing the morally lawful thing right now? I need you to roll a sense motive.
Oh, fuck.
I'm more looking ahead to getting this Traveller story written up. Because, like I say, horror's not my thing. I've got an idea. I just need to flesh it out.
Also, I guess if you didn't see it before you came in, I loathe MatPat so fucking much.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
The game theory asshole.
Okay.
You know, the asshole is like, that's just a theory. A game theory. Look.
Well, it should really be that's a game hypothesis.
Yeah, but you know what, Angus? I've said the same fucking goddamn shit so many times, and it's like, yes, I know fucking theory in like pop culture has a different context. It's like literal versus literal. At the same time, what MatPat did today isn't even a fucking film theory. It's a video about how just Spider-Man would die if he was a real person.
Get my headset, so.
All right. So, anyways, Lundy, sorry, I interrupted your so Monk's not overpowered in 5th edition.
Right. I don't. Okay. So 5th edition has a lot.
Also,
of things.
too, with like the spellcasters, going back to that, they kind of fucking failed in trying to bring everybody up to the spellcasters, saying when like low-level spells are infinitely cast.
Yeah, cantrips never run out now, and some of the damaging cantrips
and a lot of good
extra damage.
And a lot of Yeah, and a lot of good fucking first level spells are now considered cantrip, like Shocking Grasp. That to me is that was one of the things when 5th edition before it came out I read. I was like, that's fucking retarded. Why would you turn Shocking Grasp into a fucking cantrip?
Firebolts, even. Holy shit. 1d10 damage until you hit level 5. Then it's 2d10 damage. Then it's 3.
Oh, that poison smoke ability.
And you can get items, by the way, that up your spell attacks as well. So, and that's something monks cannot do with their unarmed strikes. Fucking you can basically add a 2-hit to spell attacks in fucking and consider for.
No, I will say this: if there is a problem I've always had with monks, is a lot of them feel fucking samey.
Yeah, I mean, there's only really one way to build them. I think that's kind of like
that's problem. Why I like Pathfinder with the different archetypes, because you could be like, you know what, I could do like this weird fucking hobgoblin like racial monk class with because it just replaces everything with fucking damage reduction and natural armor bonus.
There is there are some ways to like differentiate your monks through the different archetypes that are available for monks. For instance, there's the Way of the Open Palm, which is the thing that allows me to use Quivering Fist, Quivering whatever the fuck at level 17. But there's also the Way of the Shadow Monk, which, depending on how you build it, can be pretty fucking powerful. It's basically like a rogue monk. And
yeah, the fucking Monk of the Empty Hand can be really powerful in Pathfinder, because that monk is basically like it's an improvised weapon version of the monk.
And then there's the Way of the Four Elements monk, which is basically a monk that's also a spellcaster. Though they get a very limited range of spells that they're allowed to cast, a lot of them are really fucking strong. Fuck, the first thing that you get from it is a choice between a variety of different spells, and one of them is Water Whip, which allows you to spend 2 key points that increases your that allows you to basically use a 30-foot ranged attack that has a trip thing that you have to make a dexterity saving throw on hit. And on a failed save, you take 3d10 bludgeoning damage, plus an extra 1d10 damage for each additional key point that I spend to use it. So that's pretty fucking strong. But I'm not even fucking doing that. I'm just doing Way of the Open Fist, which is not that bad. It's more of a CC type archetype than it is a damage
DMs are having trouble. Like, throw shit at you that has slash and damage reduction.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever be able to get around that. I don't have a sickle.
Like you do bludgeoning, and that you need a feat in Pathfinder to do piercing damage with unarmed attacks. So yeah, you just do bludgeoning. So do something that can only be overcome by piercing or slashing.
Here are the specific things that these guys think.
And again, undead. Just so I know, like, that might fuck over, like, because, that's what happened in Cyclorn's game, because it's like that became the only real effective thing to throw at our party was undead.
Until we got the Sunblade.
Yeah, until we got the Sunblade, and until I figured out, like, oh, I can just, as Rasputin, I can just paint symbol of healing on a shield and hold that up.
So here are the main things that they think are fucking overpowered as shit when it comes to monks.
Yeah, I get Quiver and Palm, but like Quiver and Palm's got it's got a lot of things it can affect. You got to do setup, There's a lot of shit. Quiver and Palm is not a fucking guaranteed hit.
It's absolutely not. The other thing is Diamond Soul. And that's something I get at level 14. Which gives me proficiency in all saving throws.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you
perfectly.
And it also allows me to spend a key point to re-roll a saving throw and take the second result.
I forgot to tell you, Scarbeak's got key hold now because he has Vanishing Trick. Oh man,
he does.
I'm not joking, Angus. I kind of hope Elijah dies at level 8 because I really want to bring in a because I think I've perfected the fucking the multiple hit rogue build.
Okay.
So I really want to test it out. I've already told this to Nick Lundy. If Dobu dies, I'm bringing in a Lawful Evil variant of Scarbeak.
That would be interesting. I do have a feeling that eventually Dobu and Jota are going to come to blows.
Probably. Well, here's my plan for Sunday. Like when Skull shows up, I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah. Like Dobu's and like don't worry, I'm gonna go out for smokes, and I'm just not gonna come back until either him or Sammy are dead because I know that's gonna happen, and I don't want to be there for that."
To be fair, Sammy doesn't really play his character evil all that much. I mean, merely as a result of him just kind of like not really talking all that much.
Kind of doesn't matter though to a paladin, especially a lawful good paladin.
I guess. I mean, if Sammy detects his evil on his radar.
Yeah.
At the very least, he's going to start asking fucking questions.
I don't know how that's going to go. Honestly, fucking the Sunday game is just so full of fuck.
It is. I'm so sorry, Nick, if he ever shows up.
So fucking full as fuck.
There's a William in here. Oh, that was Skull. I was like, William.
You know who I never see getting played is Druids.
Druids?
Yeah, I never see Druids getting played.
Remember my Druid?
Oh no.
Skull, remember my Druid in the Knicks game before we quit that game because of the weirdness that happened?
I have the stream open.
Did you have a Druid?
Like, and fucking, like, basically, yeah, remember, like,
after
Ginkgo died, I brought in a Druid, and I was like, I'm going to be 100% serious with this character, and it lasted all of 3 fucking seconds, and immediately I was like, my name's Detective McGarnacle, I'm a Druid detective from the elemental plane of water.
Alright, I'm back. Also, I have been, pretty much I'm supposed to be. I think I'm gonna play Scully as Mr. How should I put it?
You didn't hear my plan for what I'm gonna do when Scully shows up, did you?
Why do you think I came into the room?
Son of a bitch. Well, like, fuck you. That's my plan. I'm just gonna leave and you get some smokes, and you and Sammy can fight it out.
Well, I'm gonna play him as Mr. Asshole Paladin. I haven't played that version yet.
Just wait, Skull. Like, I'm gonna bring in a chaotic. No, I'm not. I've already said it. I'm gonna bring in Scarby because I really. Plus, Nick's like, I really would like it if you were in the combat more. And I was like, look, I'm sorry, that's kind of the Dobu character. He's a chicken shit heel who is basically an animal in a corner. You know, he can fight. He just doesn't want to.
I just know that you're not gonna like it if I ever do a campaign because I'm gonna actually have a particular filter or like layer on my image I'm showing you of where all the windows are.
You're just gonna have like a thing where it's like all the windows in this world are made of force fields.
No, not that. I'm just it's just like I'm gonna jump through a window. Okay, and I'm gonna hit a button, and then a layer is gonna come up on the map and says, "See little black spots? These are the windows. You can't just magic a window into a wall now."
It would be kind of fun to play Dobu in the very public spanking game because I don't know what it is about Dobu, but like brain just shuts off and I just go into autopilot when I play him and I just literally make the first bad decision that comes to my brain.
You've been doing that anyway.
Every fucking time. There's a rhyme and reason to his madness.
To be fair, though.
Not much. Not much, mind you, Angus. Not much. Yes, I am trying to work Elijah to becoming chaotic good at some point.
Oh, okay.
Because I did tell because
I was just gonna say, just to be fair to the entire Dobu thing, I think he's also only effective if you have a decent foil, as you put it, to work off of. I think
that's
Jason
the other
might be a
thing
good
too. Like that's why would be because like his Manos is he's very interested as a lawful good paladin.
Interesting, like might have paladins interesting, or actually legitimately interesting.
He's a lot. Honestly, he's weirdly like him Handfast in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but the problem with that, though, is that he's a lawful good paladin. Handfast was a chaotic good paladin of freedom.
He is. Well, I mean, Jason doesn't lie. Like, Manos doesn't lie. Like, Manos hates lies. Like, that's one big difference between Handfast and Manos.
Yeah,
but, like...
Handfast is given bluff as a class skill, so he's going to use the fuck out of it.
Is really, like, he's willing to fucking, like, bend shit occasionally, which is why it's good if Elijah ever makes it to like level 11 and I become the master chemist and my mutagenetic form becomes its own entity alignment, which, spoiler alert, it's gonna be evil. So I'd like to see Jason plays Manos with that, where it's like, yeah, Elijah has basically evil part of himself and has to its own entity, like Jekyll and Hyde.
Right now, I'm just waiting for the fireworks upstairs to finally end. Do.
We keep getting off the topic of like monks, but yeah, like monks have never. Again, like I brought it up, like monks are only overpowered in the fact that like they have a really solid meta. These are the feats you need to take if you want to play a good monk, and they have the best, like some of the best class-specific items in the game.
So this argument sort of started because I played a game today, my Friday game, and I made a monk for that game because this is the one DM that will actually fucking allow them.
Clerics might be the only other. Clerics might get better items. Thinking about it,
I think clerics would too. Yeah. So in the game, we fought, I think, a giant spider, a fucking spider swarm, and a gibbering mouther, as well as a bunch of traps that we had to get around. Now, I was entirely useless for the traps. Like, monks have shit as far as like being able to do shit about traps. I can't detect them. I can't disarm them.
Spot them.
Well, not really, because in 5e, in order to spot a trap, you need investigation, not perception. So,
okay.
I'm not familiar with 5th edition, but don't you at least have good reflexes as a?
I have good reflexes. So if I get hit by a trap, it's not bad.
Don't you at least get to add your wisdom bonus?
But investigation is intelligence based.
Oh, okay.
So investigation is intelligence based, and that's kind of like one of my weak stats. So I'm not really all that helpful in detecting traps. The bard is way more useful in detecting magical traps and identifying them because he has the spell identify.
Amy Wood, this hangout is just about anything really. Right now we're talking about D&D. I might occasionally swing off into why I hate fucking game theorists so fucking much, because like Jesus Christ, the Spider-Man video pissed me off today.
I'm mainly talking about this because this is an argument I just had like minutes before Matt fucking posted the hangout link, and I'm like, I want to fucking talk about this shit.
I just joined because Renee said she was listening, and I was going to surprise her by turning up.
Oh, I see. Well, hello, Renee. So
hello.
Like a constipated Jerry Lewis.
My voice right now. My voice.
Also, I just noticed that son of a bitch H Bomber guy's doing a hangout right now. Like, if I only had a bigger audience,
he's playing
like,
PUBG.
Go over there and tell that fucknut like
Fridays with Napalm is superior.
Son of a.
Yeah, we don't want to watch you play fucking PUBG with another semi-popular YouTuber. You fuck. So
I really like the Bomber guy. Like, he's probably my current YouTuber or semi-new YouTuber.
He's a very good one, and the fact that his like material is not like one note is very much a plus in my opinion. And he actually knows what he's talking about when it comes to video game design and the like, which I really like.
Did anyone else find it weird his video that he released like a day ago about
plagiarism?
Yeah, plagiarism. Did anyone else see that?
No, I was really hoping he'd bring up burn that.
No,
I
he wasn't
really watched it. And I was like, please bring up Rankine, please.
No. These are recent ones. Yeah, he just posted it up yesterday. He was talking about a couple of instances of plagiarism that have happened on YouTube as of late. One of them had to do with a guy named Soul Brother Number 3. A couple years ago,
two of them actually had to do with him.
Yeah. A couple years ago, a guy named Soul Brother Number 3 made a video where he was just giving a general insight as to how to get the equipment necessary to be an online voice actor. And part of that video, or part of that series, I should say, was him talking about microphones. And one of the microphones that he said, don't get if you want to be a professional voice actor, was the Blue Yeti. He said, the Blue Yeti is a toy. It's a $100 toy. And what he meant by that was, it's great for hobbyists. It's great if you're just using a microphone just because you need a microphone. It's fantastic for that. But if you want professional quality, you're going to have to shell out more money. That was his point. But then another guy came on, used his exact same points about the Blue Yeti to just make a video saying the Blue Yeti sucks. Which is not the point that the original guy was making. And so he plagiarized a lot of the same points and a lot of the same jokes and a lot of the same presentation style. A lot of it was plagiarized. And it also went down to him
And then there was the guy.
Then there was Lukey Poo. Then there was Lukey Poo. Lukey Poo is a lesser-known YouTuber. Lukey Poo is a lesser-known YouTuber. He's only got maybe 20,000 subscribers, and he made a video of saying
more lucky. That's what happened yesterday with Age Robber Guy's video. He's up to.
Yeah, probably. He made an 8-minute video talking about Bloodborne and why he thinks it's awesome. But the problem is, a lot of his points were sort of lifted almost directly from a video that H Bomber Guy made about Bloodborne fucking several months ago, back in November. Not only were a lot of the points lifted, but a lot of them were sort of oversimplified. Several jokes,
because I could adore people.
Yeah, several jokes were directly lifted.
I came across this video. Several points too, and the guy didn't even fucking, because he doesn't. Guy, his whole video was talking about how Bloodborne retroactively makes the Souls games better by unteaching you how the first two games teaches you how to play.
And to be perfectly honest,
that's basically H Bomber Guy's point. But the guy who ripped off H Bomber's Guy video was like, Bloodborne was the first Souls game I ever played. But he's trying to be like, Bloodborne fixes all of the stuff that the other Souls games fucks up. It's like, how do you know that? You've never played the first three.
He didn't even play 3.
When I say first 3, I'm counting Demons.
He didn't even play Dark Souls 3 until
first
after
3. I'm counting Demon Souls in that, because to be fair, Souls 3 did come out after Bloodborne.
Did you see the guy's response video to H Bomber Guy's video, by the way?
Oh no, he actually made one.
Oh yeah. So number 1, he deleted his Bloodborne video, which is basically an admittance of guilt. I'm just gonna say that. Number 2, he responded by saying, I didn't go through your video and lift your points. You just made similar points to what I was going to say. Yeah. That's it. And I'm a small YouTuber, by the way. You have so many more subscribers than I do and so many more viewers than I do. Why are you picking on me? That was his response.
That defense hasn't worked on YouTube for 7 to 8 years.
Right?
So, here's the thing. H Bomber Guy was clearly not picking on him.
No, he wasn't picking on him. In fact,
also,
there were a lot of people.
I'll say this was H Bomber Guy's audience. I'd say his audience probably didn't even flood that guy's fucking channel. I'd say there's probably a percentage of them. A lot of people on YouTube, their various defenses of shitty things do, or they're like, look, I can't control my fans, but you can control who is a fan of you by your content.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Lukey did say that he got some death threats over the accusation of plagiarism, which is like, okay, fair enough if you did. That's not good. But H Bomber Guy has been very clear on not just his YouTube video and the description of his YouTube video, in the comments of his YouTube video, and on Twitter, all saying, don't bully this guy. That is not going to solve anything. He made that entirely clear.
Yeah, look at what happened with Jim Starr, like with that music producer who was like, well, yeah, the musician who was suing the fucking one game company and filing DMCA notices to take down videos and stuff. Like, had to take down his video and like put up a new one where he was like, do not fucking do this shit, because he accidentally put like an email address, and some people thought the email address was to the music composer, but it was actually to the company. So people at the game company were getting fucking like threats and shit, and just, no, you fucking assholes, stop this.
Also, to quickly point out,
my audience, I have a good opinion of them, but I know, like, I'm an angry, fucking, ranty person. I'd probably attract some people who'd be like, you know what, fuck this person. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind in email form and maybe call them a cunt and say I'd fucking slit their throat on a moonless night in the woods. Really, I went really oddly specific with that, but...
Yes, you did. So... There's another story that happened this week that connects to that. TFS got in a bit of trouble. I think yesterday or something like that. It was during the Anime Expo. What ended up happening was Toei Animation and the Anime Expo guys kind of came over to their booth and was like, "There's a couple posters that you have that are a bit too Dragon Ball Z as opposed to Dragon Ball Abridged, and we'd like you to take them down." And they handed them a slip, basically saying, those are the two that we want taken down. Now, TFS, they didn't really mind. They were like, whatever. They took them down. They had a laugh about it. And then Lanny Pator, tweeted out a picture of the slip, and he jokingly said, Toei Animation just gave us an IRL copyright strike. And it was meant as a joke. But the thing is, a lot of their fans started going ballistic and started just fucking sending a shit ton of stuff at Toei's direction. So, Lanny Pator,
I don't know how many of you guys follow anime YouTube, but there's a lot of hate on the producer side of producers and production companies on anime YouTube, because, and I get it, they're going after series and stuff, like fair play on that shit, but they're also going after like weird stuff like intros.
Hey Matt, who do you think has more hate, video game developers or anime developers?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'd say it depends.
In Japan, it's anime.
I'll go ahead and say video game developers. I will say this though.
In Japan, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I mean, anime is still seen as a bad, like as a developer for anime, it's still seen as something that's to be shunned in Japan. It's not popular.
Well, it's not that being a developer is shunned. It's that being a worker is completely disrespected, in the sense that they can basically like do illegal shit to their workers and no one will give a fuck.
Also, quickly point out, because I did
want to like bullshit, because the creator was just like, I'm tired of working for show and jumping.
Oh, also, I'm sorry about trolling you.
Sorry, Skull.
Sorry, I just haven't had a chance to send you, and to be honest, I think I'm still blocked on every like social media thing with you. So I am sorry about trolling you. I
no problem.
I don't tell to say that. But anyway, back to the point. Did anyone else like how H Bomber Guy, when he was bringing up the plagiarism about his video, wasn't necessarily mad about someone plagiarizing him? He was just kind of annoyed that that the person made his points so fucking shittily that they're actually easy to dismiss.
Yeah. That was kind of like his main issue with it. It wasn't even that he was plagiarized. He was pissed off that his points were oversimplified to the point in which they would easily be dismissed or refuted. It's basically a guy who strawmanned you in order to agree with you, and then other people came by and was like, "That's fucking stupid." It's really weird.
I'm going to take what you said, which is very intricate, and there's a reason why it's so intricate, and simplify it and make it simple, and then I'm going to agree with that version.
I forgot who said it, but there was some famous guy said, like, the worst, the most to do to an idea is defend it poorly.
If I recall correctly, I think H. Bomber Guy actually brought up that particular philosopher who had that thought. I think it was in one of his one of the videos on the anti-SJW people. I think it was a Asian philosopher. I'm not sure.
Also, I gotta say, like, H. Bomber Guy, if nothing else, introduced me to the Golden One, and oh boy, is that fucker giving me hours of it. Like,
I'm pretty sure
Angus,
we had him on the show at some point. As in, like,
the Golden One.
We've had a video of him before.
We probably never noticed because he has changed looks a couple of times.
Oh no, he was his usual topless, nipples out, pecky guy.
No, because sometimes sometimes he has like beard. Ash. He like switches it up occasionally. And then sometimes you can tell like he hasn't gotten his protein powder that like month or something.
I think we had him in that.
So he's kind of looking a little deflated.
I can't remember which show it was.
Oh my god, did I tell you about fucking the Golden One and Vars Vickers? The fucking heavy metal guy, one of his band members, and is also a huge racist and burned down a church. And Angus, we need to play Vard Vickers' RPG game. He made a racist RPG game where black people are just like, they're worse than goblins, basically. They're worse than fucking kobolds, really. And it's like, what is the point of this racist ass fucking tripe? Like, there's no power fantasy in it. You can't kill other fucking white people. You're only fighting. What is this bullshit?
Something tells me that one will not be played by us.
Well, the problem with it is it's not even really, because I got the book right here. It's not.
Give it like
it's not fun.
To be fair, Matt, you can say similar things about like second edition, where like humans are allowed to do a whole bunch of shit that like nobody else is allowed to do.
Yeah, sure.
To be honest, Matt, are you surprised I have this book? Matt? Are you really surprised I have that book?
No, again. No. No, I'm not.
I'm just looking up the Traveller rulebook again. Get ready, and I've just noticed that they do fatigue in a decent way. You can become fatigued if you stay awake for a number of hours greater than your endurance plus 18, or if you do heavy labor for a number of hours greater than your endurance, or a number of melee attacks greater than your endurance in a single combat.
Okay, that
which can be interesting.
It sounds better. It does sound a little bit more mangy, though.
It's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
Laser guns. Or about like pew pew.
You're worse than Dr. Frankenfurter for suspense.
I know. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how to build up shit and then deliver on it. I'm like Sherlock.
You never even watched Sherlock, have you?
I watched the first season of it, and then I was like, "This is shit."
By the way, that was the most out of left field fucking video from H Bomber Guy. I was not expecting that. I've seen like 2 episodes of it, but
want when Lisa to become a thing with H Bomber Guy, because I really want to see his Lisa the Painful RPG video at some fucking point.
You just want him to break down every game, don't you?
Oh god damn it, Zen!
Uh-oh, what did Zen do?
Nico Parr's getting an OVA.
Ooh, oh yeah, we already knew that.
We already knew that, Matt.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, we told you multiple times.
I probably blocked it out like an uncle with whiskey breath laying on top of me in my bunk bed.
Jesus Christ.
Which, by the way, Matt, if I have to buy you if I have to fucking buy the Blu-rays to get them here to America to fucking rip them, just so we have them, if there's no torrents of it, you know I'm gonna have you and Nick fucking sit there.
Is the OVA at least gonna be a fucking hentai? Or are they gonna take out the whole fucking point of Nico Parr?
No, I think it's gonna be an itchy or whatever the fuck the term is.
It's gonna be an ecchi. Which basically means you're not gonna actually see any sex or tits or anything.
It's a Kickstarter.
I think ecchis you are allowed to see at least tits.
Well, I guess in Queensblade you could.
I know, like everyday Monster Girl. You see a bunch of titties in there, and that's usually like the go-to for me when it comes to ecchis.
Well, yeah, I mean, ecchi tends to be at the far end. You get tits. On the other end, you just get panty and fan service.
I mean, that's kind of true with Everyday Monster Girl, but at the same time, like a lot of them, yeah, you see tits, but you don't see nipple. Is the thing.
True. First issue. I think.
No. The issues, yes, there are plenty of nipples in the fucking manga. In the show, though.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was thinking the manga. I haven't seen the fucking OVA of Everyday Monster Girl.
Well, it's not an OVA. It's like a full, fucking copy.
Oh, okay. Didn't know.
I just...
Matt's is hating.
Matt's over there like, you fuckers and your goddamn perverted bullshit.
Why do you always ruin anime for me, Lundy?
Yes, I wasn't blamed this time.
Well, shit. I mean, Matt, Queensblade's been out since I think 1998.
I don't think I care about Queensblade, but like,
well, maybe not.
Explaining this shit and just like, yeah, like, so you're not even gonna get like the fucking Spider-Man with on their faces. I don't know. I had a thing and then it all fell apart.
Yeah,
I was just like,
kind of did.
I saw Spider-Man today, so let me awkwardly segue into that somehow. Spider-Man was really good. I liked it.
I just love how
I'm not comfortable with talking about things I actually like, though. So
I just love the fact of how I corrupted like in Xavier's fucking Steam with Nico Parra.
You know what I don't like about the new Spider-Man though? Flash Thompson is like this fucking nerd.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I really like. I'll say it. This is the only time you'll ever hear me fucking say this. But the fucking Amazing Spider-Man movies did that fucking shit better. Like, I like the fucking Flash Thompson from those movies, who basically looked like teenage Luke Cage.
Ooh. Not for that, by the way. I'm just reading this.
Like fucking Flash Thompson and this is like a nerd, and I get what they're doing. Like they're trying to be like, ooh, modern bullies aren't necessarily jocks. They can be computer people. Makes you think.
No, it doesn't.
To be honest,
like the entire time I'm like, Peter Parker without his fucking powers could kick this asshole's ass. Like, why is he the alpha?
To be honest, I think the only thing in the Amazing Spider-Man movies I kind of liked, and the only reason why is because Simon Snob pointed out to me, was fucking disapproving Dennis Leary Dad.
That was a funny, unintentional I will say this, the first Amazing Spider-Man movie did have a good, like, buddy cheering Spider-Man on moment. Like, that's one of my favorite things.
Isn't the first Amazing Spider-Man the very stupid scene with the cranes?
Yeah. Fuck you, Skull. I like the scene with the cranes. I like the fucking construction workers being like, hey, yo, Spider-Man needs our help. Let me call the boys up and get our cranes going.
Not to mention, like, it takes like half a fucking hour to like set one of those damn things, but okay.
Not when the Teamsters are like actually working.
Fuck the safety legs. The stability legs. Let's go.
Just swing it. It's no baller.
Yeah, swing it.
Spider-Man Homecoming. movie. It's not an A+. There's, like I said, I have some quibbles about it. I also didn't like Spider-Man's friend in it, Ned. I didn't really get the point of him. Because it's like, he's jokey too, so it's just... Peter really needs a straight man. Like, it'd be a lot funnier if, like, Peter's friend was more of like a comical straight man.
Right now, I'm just trying
to what's his face from Guardians of the Galaxy? I can't remember his name. The fucking the tall, lanky fucking Nova Corp guy who blew up in the end. Ollie, the other one. The guy who's always in the fucking goddamn Hello trilogy. Shaun of the Dead. He was the asshole who turned into a zombie. Asshole roommate.
You mean the one that got like weirdly fucking kind of actual zombie movie eaten by zombies?
No, that was the boyfriend. Their asshole roommate who turned into a zombie and they didn't know he was a zombie at first and he was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I think that's starting to ring a bell. Then again, it's been forever since I've seen Shaun of the Dead, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, Jim, that's the thing I hate most about Nico Parr is it's a glorified fucking Newgrounds game.
It really is. And also, I need to like do proper research on my like smut fucking sent you people because me sending that Rabby Ribby game on accident shouldn't happen again.
To be entirely honest, when I was really young, Newgrounds' porn was kind of like my safe haven. When I was like fucking 11 and 12 and shit, I was like fucking. Newgrounds' fucking mature section was my shit.
Yeah, because they were just like, "Are you 18?" Really?
And I was like, "Yes."
And they were like, "Really, really?"
See, I'm going to show my age. For me, when I was 11 or 12, my go-to porn was found under a bush.
Mine too. Because me and Angus are old. We didn't have internet pornography.
Yep, we had bush pornography.
We did.
I think my internet porn.
Also, Hunter's Sand. I don't know if you had this, Angus, but we also have. You know what, Renee? Well, Renee probably wouldn't be going like out into the woods looking for porn because hormones are flaring up. It's like I gotta tug my dick or I'm gonna explode.
I think my porn.
Puberty was fun.
I can't say that I went out into the woods to tug.
No, you don't jerk off in the woods. You're not an animal. You go back home, but like a lot of
fucking Matt, Jesus Christ!
You go into the woods to find the porn, and then you bring it back home to jerk off.
No, Matt, you can't say you don't jerk off in the woods because you're not an animal because you've done worse shit in the woods.
Taking a shit in the woods is completely natural. Like,
no, I mean, like, you go out there just to, like, fucking attack trees and shit, dude.
Those are anger issues, and that's technically not probably worse.
I don't know. I think it depends on perspective. I'd say it's at least as bad, or at least as
like, I don't give a shit what studies say. Trees don't feel.
And fucking, oh dear God! And then when you shit in your neighbor's yard,
I was a feral child.
So you were an animal.
I became a man, and now I'm trying to get back to that animal state. Because the wise man once said, "He who becomes an animal rids himself of the pain of being a man." Big words. Or a lot of words thrown together. Smoke bomb. Pocket sand out the window.
Last time you did pocket sand, you ended up getting your party crucified.
It got better.
I just loved how I made fun of pocket sand, and Matt was going, "You dare not fucking insult pocket sand."
Yeah, motherfucker.
Pocket sand is the ultimate get out of jail free card.
It is.
For Matt.
I'm just imagining Matt is actually the type of person who would actually pocket sand like a police officer.
I I did carry around pocket sand for a couple of years.
Why? Where did you get it?
Look, in my 20s, I'd get drunk. Like, I told you the fucking story where I drunk a fucking roofie on purpose and then fought a fucking goddamn fucking parking meter. Like, when I was drunk, I'd start shit all the fucking time.
Where did you get sand?
Little backup plan.
Where did you just get sand to carry around?
The beach.
Like a lot of places.
That's not near a beach.
Yeah, there's beaches, like there's lake beaches. They put sand there. Also, there's a children's playground, sandboxes.
Oh God! Now I'm imagining 20-year-old Matt just going to a children's playground, going to the sandbox, and just fucking taking some of it. And the fucking children in the fucking sandbox are like, "Why are you taking our sand?" And he's like, "Don't you fucking tell anybody about this."
Fuck off! Santa's not real, kids. It's all a lie. It's told by the globalist.
It's a lie sold to you by George Soros.
Look it up. Google that shit.
Oh, by the way, if anyone's interested here, because I don't think I actually brought this up.
Also, ashtrays in like fucking in front of like places. Like, there's a lot of places you get sand, Lundy. You just gotta know where to look for sand.
I know, but like the idea that you're actively looking for sand just to keep in your pocket.
I don't anymore. Like, I've mellowed out.
Actually, no, I think I brought it up to Matt and Lundy. I don't think I brought it up to Angus. Alex Jones doing a...
has really, like, chilled me the fuck out.
Alex Jones and his parody of Tuck Buckford.
No,
I haven't watched it because I'm afraid.
It's awesome.
It's too odd for me. The idea of Alex Jones
parodying
a parody of himself.
I think I've seen a poster for it.
It's actually it's like a 12 or 13-minute fucking video. It's amazing. I love it. It's not as good as you think it is, but it is definitely worth a watch.
We fucking lost the plot as soon as Stephen Colbert responds by parodying Alex Jones parodying a parody of himself. Tuck Buckford is gonna wear like a bald cap or some shit on top of his head and pretend to be Alex Jones, pretending to be him. And then I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Oh God, like Donald Trump's gonna do some like WWE shit, and like he's gonna be like, "I'm resigning, Mike Pence is president." And it's like it's gonna be a huge swerve, and Vince McMahon's gonna be there. He's like, "I'm the higher power. It was me, Austin, you son of a bitch."
So Lundy.
What?
I think Stephen Colbert does have enough talent to actually get this parody train going.
I think he can. I'm just saying, as soon as it happens, I'm bowing out of this train.
Yeah. Is this where we really want reality to go? It's starting to become a cartoon. But Lundy, think about it. If life is becoming more and more like a cartoon, maybe some of the cool shit from cartoons will start happening.
Well, like anime is real now?
Yeah, maybe you'll get some mechs. Maybe radiation will sometimes give you superpowers. Maybe there'll be wacky rabbits tricking hunters.
So for the visuals, literally Alex Jones got like the same sports jacket. He's wearing a shitty toupee, and he ripped all the brain fight like theme shit from the episode and put in his episode.
You know, though, are we surprised Alex Jones is doing this with his time now? Like, he's got nothing better to do, like raising his kids.
I'm surprised because I was more of just expecting every time.
You couldn't see that, but I made a no face and put my hand over it when I said that.
I'm surprised because I was expecting every time Tuck Buckford made an appearance on Stephen Colbert's fucking show, he was just gonna make a fucking episode just tearing it, just being like, "It's a lie. I never said this." That's what I expected.
Here's the thing.
Stuff.
Here's I don't understand. He made videos. He made a response video to every appearance of Tuck Buckford on fucking Stephen Colbert's show.
Angus, I know we have a bajillion things in the folder right now, but you really need to put the Alex Jones child slave mine on Mars bit in there. Because it's amazing to see, like, finally there's something where Alex Jones isn't like, yeah, that's totally true. Like, even Alex Jones is like, wow, I don't know about this.
Oh, well, there's an arson. There's actually two things, actually. There's two things. Well, one of them is reptoids. And the only reason I think he stays away from that is for pure legal problems. Well, I think he stays away from it because David Icke is weirdly fucking protective of that shit.
Yeah, Icke has hit us for copyright a few times.
I don't think I ever showed you guys the video that debunks David Icke by using like fundamentalist Christianity.
Oh God, that's amazing.
It's fucking bizarre. It's fucking bizarre. It's like it's him being like, they're not reptilians, David Icke, they're demons. And I'm like, what?
That's like a fucking a face hugger turning on a xenomorph. That's just fucking weird.
He's making his video. For the first 10 minutes of his video, it's kind of normal. He's just explaining who David Icke is and what his theories are. And he's like, in this video, I'm going to be explaining why all of this is very misguided. And I'm like, okay. And then he starts going into the actual debunking. And then progressively, very progressively, you start to realize how absolutely insane the video maker himself is as he starts to go, and there's evidence that David Icke himself is probably a servant of the devil. Because, and I'm like, what?
Oh God, that kind of sounds like the video I wanted to make on the Holocaust, to be honest. A little bit. I kind of wanted to start to make it sound like the Holocaust denier video, but it actually starts teaching you fucking Holocaust facts slowly. It trick you into, because my name Skullholder would be perfect because skulls and Nazis, so it would just be like, haha, yeah, it's Holocaust denial, and then slowly the fucking Holocaust denier will realize no wait, this is actually pro Holocaust. And also, I just realized
we probably helped out on that skull. All the slander I put against you because of Nico Parr. Slander when everything I've said about you is true.
I couldn't really hear you because you kind of cut out. All I heard was true.
I said, vote for Trump. You.
To be fair, like most of America, I wasn't expecting him to win.
Does that make it better? It's like, hey, I'm gonna hit this fucking the door of this cage to this fucking gorilla cage. I'm gonna hit it with this big rock. It might not break. Hit the break. Oh shit! It broke.
To be fair, my state was blue, so I'm good. Not to mention my actual county I voted.
Well, it's all jokes on us because Trump's setting up that voting committee shit, so he's getting everybody's voting record. So
the governors are all refusing him from pretty much every state.
Some of them aren't.
I did say pretty much.
Well, to be fair, if he does get those voting records, man, he needs more. He needs more people to populate those private prisons. And I'm safe because I vote for Trump.
Yeah, exactly. You fucking.
I am going to become the George Soros of Oregon.
No wonder you love Snake Woman, you slimy serpent.
To be fair, you
really are fucking. You're fucking. You need to find an icon of fucking F's fucking skull. Dark Souls serpent. I don't know which one yet, though.
I'm confused at what Matt said.
Since you're one of the snakes from Dark Souls.
Oh, that's neat.
For those of you in the chat, that is the video of a guy who is a fundamentalist Christian who believes in demons and shit debunking Demon Ike. It's 2.5 hours of insanity.
I need to get that on my history because I know what I'm listening to tonight.
It's so bizarre. I can't even explain, because here's the thing. The same guy did a documentary debunking ancient aliens, and it was actually not bad. That's the weird thing. Like, he made it
using the Bible.
No, he didn't use the Bible. That's the weird thing. When he debunked ancient aliens, first he starts it off by saying, I used to be a believer in the ancient aliens theory, but then I started reading about the actual evidence. And when he was going through the ancient alien shit and debunking that was fine. It was very, like, it made sense. It made, like, there was a lot of evidence that was used. He had a lot of sources and shit. But then, and I'm like, this is pretty good. I wonder, and, there was a section near the end of it where he was talking about when Ancient Aliens, the show, talks about the Bible, and the way in which he talked about it, it let me know, like, oh, this guy's totally, like, a huge Christian. Like, that's clear in the way in which he talks about it. But it didn't strike me as odd in any way until I watched that documentary, and then I was like, oh, shit, this is insane.
So it's like the crazy man who like you just pass by him like for the 5 minutes where it's just like actually this, like, he makes a really good point or something, and then it's just like, and then he's just going back to like, the dog stole my dick, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. He's like, knowledge is primarily shaped by the perceptions of the people. It's like, oh, interesting point. Do go on. Like the knowledge of my penis being stolen by Santa Claus. Oh, wow.
The government steals my teeth. Actually, we shouldn't get involved in the Middle East.
Also, if anyone's wondering, I have both linked in the chat of this particular hangout, and also in the chat that everyone else can see, that nice Tuck Buckford and Alex Jones video.
Okay.
Still hilarious to me that Alex Jones gets so many likes on his videos.
I want to say this. What if Alex Jones? What if? I'm going to propose.
Uh-oh.
This is just a theory. Think of anything else to go with theory there? So this is like theory. There we go. There you go, Matt Pat. A new Matt's in town. Technically not, because I've been here for like 9 years or fucking 8 or something. Old crack whore in like the old West town. It's like, yeah, I've been here. I was here when this was a fucking outhouse. Where am I going with this? Help me, guys. This is why you're on the Friday show, so things like this don't happen.
Well, you're saying something about Alex Jones and Fury.
Oh yeah, Alex Jones. So yeah, what if Alex Jones is actually Andy Kaufman?
So you're telling me the popular theory of him being Bill Hicks or Bill Hader, or the fuck who that guy is?
No. That doesn't make any sense. But like Andy Kaufman making his own fucking death and becoming Alex Jones.
Are you forgetting that Alex Jones was a bodybuilder when he was younger?
Matt, what you should have said was, this is a theory, a conspiracy theory. Thank you. Or some shit
exactly
like
that way.
I just pictured Alex Jones like grabbing onto his face and just ripping it off like in fucking, was it Mission Impossible?
But yeah, like Andy Kaufman. Like, no, here's my theory with that. Like Alex Jones. Like, so Alex Jones and Andy Kaufman were friends when Alex Jones was younger. But like Alex Jones tragically died. So Andy Kaufman got the idea of replacing him and playing the longest comedy con in all of fucking history.
Well, I don't know.
How does Jerry the King Lawler play into this?
Good question.
Yeah.
Sadly, I can't.
That's a main point. That's a big part of that story.
Yeah, that's a loose hanging thread.
The Alex Jones channel is not as fun anymore.
Well, I mean, if you want to go to like a conspiracy theory concerning Alex Jones, it's that he is actually David Icke, or not David, not David
That
Icke.
comedian.
Bill Hicks. There you go.
Yeah.
Bill Hicks.
Okay, Bill Hicks doesn't make any sense. Like Bill Hicks, why would he do something like this?
You know, actually,
to prove a point about one of his comedy sketches or some shit. I don't know.
That actually might make me happy. I might have to watch that later. I might have to watch the election coverage of Alex Jones because of like him watching his empire kind of implode in front of him.
Yeah, and probably being like, "Well,
I hate Hillary Clinton, the witch."
No, it's just like how Dick Coffin how fucking Coffin's pointed out. It's like, yeah, he hitches his fucking wagon to people who obviously aren't gonna fucking win. Ron Paul. So I'm picturing like the like dialed up blood pressure from fucking Alex Jones.
Well, I mean, that's kind of solved itself in that, like, instead of being like, oh, the reason why Ron Paul didn't win is because of the globalists and the elites. All he needs to say now is that, oh, since Trump won, and he's actually going to try to fix America.
But it's not the same. It's not the same at all, though, because like Coffin pointed out, he needs to be the outsider. When shit doesn't like start getting better and start working, he needs to be the outsider to say like, oh, that's why this didn't work. Because like right now when I'm watching him, his show's no longer entertaining because all he's doing is fucking pretty much like dick sucking fucking Trump all day. And it's kind of aggravating.
Well, he's pretty much what Fox News.
Well, yes, but it's not even that entertaining because before all that, you had the fucking fun. You had the fun, fucking stupid conspiracy theories that came up on occasion, like Hillary, like almost literally being a fucking necromancer. Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
By the way, Matt, are you eating?
I'm trying to. I got a bag of zebra popcorn.
I'm trying to eat Pringles quietly as well.
It's like caramel corn covered in chocolate and.
Guys, can you not just like eat during a hangout and wait until after? Jesus Christ!
I eat during hangouts all the time. What the fuck?
Well, Lundy, what you don't know.
What else are you gonna do during hangouts? Talk.
I've been eating while on this hangout as well.
Well, at the very least, learn how to mute yourself while you're doing it. Fuck.
That is true.
Oh, you can't be quiet while doing it.
All right, I finally got it open. I'm going to try a piece of this zebra.
To be fair, I'm also having a conversation.
Crunch.
In a game that I'm playing about bullet bras and how they've got plus 10 piercing damage.
Bullet what?
Bullet bras.
Bullet bras?
Yeah. You know how women in the 50s had pretty much all had pointy tits under the sweaters?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because of bullet bras. They were designed.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying now. All right. So you can use one of those as like a weapon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, because I was also thinking about the bullet bras in the sense of Austin Powers and the fucking fembots.
So, the other thing that's kind of sad about Alex Jones and the Tuck Buckford thing is that the parody like items he made for the channel they're not even that funny in comparison to like other ones I've heard. Like, for example, his parody of like super male vitality is like super cuck beta male vitality, and all you could have done is just like go super beta male vitality. They're done. And like brain fight, brain fart.
This zebra popcorn isn't very good. I am disappointed
okay.
by that.
You should bitch about zebra corn.
I sound when I said that. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, JFK has been shot. Also, this zebra popcorn is really not adequate.
It's sort of like you're saying that your life is at stake as a result of having.
And then instead of like Walter Cronkite just going off about like how great JFK was, he just
this neighbor popcorn is worse than any of the times my father beat me.
And then he continues to eat it.
No, I'm smoking a cigarette because I was like, I ain't got this waxy ass fucking taste.
Oh, Lundy, or anyone who wants to hear. So, was watching some videos on YouTube last night, or at least listening to them, and there's a chick who is renting out an 8 square meter apartment in Japan.
Okay.
And it's fucking hilarious because of how this thing's fucking built for it being 8 meters, like 8 square meters.
Well, Japan's pretty well known to have tiny as fuck apartments in general.
But there's tiny, and then there's that.
Well, no, they get tinier, Angus. They get tinier.
I mean, you're gonna have to sleep upright. Really, you're just hiring a cupboard to sleep in.
I mean, there are those that do that. Like, there's a lot of hotels in Japan. They're like honeycomb hotels.
Oh, yeah, the Capitol hotels you're talking about.
Yeah, those have a lot of those like fucking. It's basically just a bed, and like if you look up while you're laying down, you can see a tiny TV that you could operate. That's it. That's all that's in there.
Yep, and like everything else is pretty much like, what's the term? Public. It's a public bathroom, public kitchen.
Yeah, I could live in that.
Yeah, I could too. Well, see, that's the sad part of that.
Is there a place I could smoke weed?
Maybe the roof.
Okay. You know what? I've seen a lot of anime. A lot of action goes down on roofs.
Well, it's just when she was explaining it, she was explaining the amount of money she pays for it, and the amount of money seemed absurd at first until you started realizing, like, she said all amenities are covered, like all utilities.
Oh yeah, did you see there's an anime? Like, there's an anime about, like, 2 gay dads and their kid.
Yeah. It's actually not bad. It's fairly reasonable.
I thought the character designs were a little funny, though, because it was like, yeah, that's like the stereotypes they would definitely go for. Like, the neat one and then the big burly one.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, Japan kind of has a weirder relationship with LGBT folk than the Western countries, and the sense that
it's worse, but it's
in some senses. All right, so Japan's weird because they've accepted the existence of trans people for hundreds of years, and they never really had an issue with them, but they still at the same time always found them funny.
Well, yeah. Plus, I mean, not exactly the same, but I mean, Western standards have infected Japan in that way, in that before 19th century, 19th century, nudity was not a problem in Japan.
Yeah, we were the ones who were like, hey, here's underwear after we bombed you. That makes up for it.
We didn't bomb them in the 19th century, Matt. We just came along and said, oh.
No, before that, underwear was more. That's why underwear is so fetishized, is because of that period. But, like, the thing that really killed out, like, the nudity stuff was, like America coming in and being like.
Post World War II, they were really like, okay, now you really have to wear this underwear because we beat you. Yeah,
because, like, before then, like, a lot of people, like a lot of the good underwear was still, like, you know.
It was pretty like I know like French like lingerie was mainly like hookers would just prostitutes would just wear that stuff.
So as Jemshin was saying in chat, it's not that Japan really has a problem with LGBTQ folk. It's that they treat them, at least as far as the media is concerned, normally like jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not like that one racial group up in northern Japan.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, it's like, isn't it Anasazi, I think?
The only racial group that I remember in Japan that gets like a lot of shit is like basically the Japanese hillbillies. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about, because like basically they're the darker skin. They're basically what's left of the actual people who originally went to Japan, and then, you know, the modern Japanese came and they were like, yeah, we own this now.
Also, I'm kind of curious. Might have to do some type of history on Japanese infrastructure, because I'm kind of curious why the power standards are so similar to American. I mean, I'm assuming it's because of like partial occupation after, no, not partial occupation after World War II. But
I'll give Japan this much credit, though. They are trying to be better.
They are. I've actually seen a few shows. Some of them not really all that great, but at the same time, they tried to actually portray LGBTQ folk as like normal.
And I'm just not even saying about like just that, but in general, like Japan's trying to be like, we need to be a more open and tolerant society in general. Because like that's the thing I've always found funny when people like Golden One or Sargon or like whoever like points out like, look at Japan, they're a perfectly harmonious racial pure society. It's like it needs like fucking immigrants. Like Japan is a country where it's like, we need immigrants, please fucking come here.
Yeah, like with their current like death rate and like, you know, well, not death rate, their current like population trends, they're gonna die out. Aren't they? Because I thought they were dying quicker than they were.
Like right now, they need English speakers. They need English speakers really fucking badly, because even though like fluency rates for English in Japan are really high, that's only really towards reading English. Like there's not a lot of opportunities to actually speak English in Japan.
Yeah, I've got a mate that's over there as a teacher, and someone I went to school with went over there as an English teacher as well. It's decent.
That's why, like, I think I've read this on BBC. They're like they're showing them like Faulty Towers and other BBC shows and like American, like classic American like sitcoms and stuff, and they're like this is how people talk, because you know Japan's a really perfectionist society, and like English is not a perfectionist language.
Not in any chance at all.
Like they're trying to like be like, look, it's okay if you fuck up the words. Like there's like hundreds even of dialects within English, like of accents and just weird regional fucking things. Like here's a fucking thing from Wales.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to get confused by. Is like I would feel bad if they were being taught by like both someone from the UK and someone from America.
Here's fucking interviews with the Beatles before they lost their Scouse accent.
Oh God, I fucking love. I just having a chat with Jemshin here, and Jim's like, "Yeah, I do kind of love seeing Americans depicted through a Japanese lens. It really takes the piss." And I'm just reminded of all the fucking times that I see like Americans depicted in anime, and it really is fucking hilarious. It's like their own little way of getting back at us.
Here, I can't really think of any Scots being depicted in any anime I've seen.
I know I've seen one, but I cannot for the life of me remember where.
No, technically, well, there were Scottish people in Highlander, but the main guy was actually a Breton. No, he was a Celt.
I think probably my favorite for the first time I ever saw an American portrayed through a Japanese lens in anime was Yu-Gi-Oh! With Bandit Keith. Y'all fucking remember that shit? He was this loud-mouthed, boisterous motherfucker who just wore a bandana of the American flag, and it's just like that's basically how the world sees us. Yeah,
and cheated.
Yeah, and he's a fucking cheater. And his name's Bandit Keith. Like,
and ultimately, he pulls out a gun.
Yeah, I fucking love Bandit Keith. Oh God.
I think my first dealing with like
I'm not joking,
American Japanese lens was Fight Fighter G Gundam.
And to be fair, I was a neoconservative at the time, so I was like, that guy is cool.
So you unironically loved Bandit Keith.
I was unironically a neoconservative, so yeah. Yeah, I did.
Oh, God, Matt. You've gone through so many transitions in your life.
I
have. You guys have got to watch this. I'll post it in the chat. It's Scottish Pokemon.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to... Like, there's the Scotsman from Samurai Jack. He's probably the most beloved cartoon Scotsman. Angus.
But is that really Japanese animation, though?
It's not, as far as I'm aware.
I've actually seen this before, Angus.
No, he's Cartoon Network, isn't he? So he's not really.
Is there a Scottish guy in JoJo? There's gotta be a fucking Scottish guy in JoJo.
I don't remember there being one.
There's a fucking Nazi in JoJo.
Well, yeah, there is a Nazi.
No, I think.
What nationality is Speedwagon?
It is like upper scale British.
But yeah, like my first portrayal.
Anderson! Isn't he Scottish?
I don't know.
Anderson? Don't think so. Although it is a Scottish name.
Irish.
It's a Scottish name, but no, I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's Irish. Oh, fuck. God, now. You know what? I'm actually going to Google it. This is like when we were talking about serial killers, and we went on, like, a really uncomfortable thing there.
Actually, you know, Matt, I think that's one thing I will give Gundam for actually having somewhat of a positive. Maybe because it's somewhat original.
Definitely had. I will say that. Sorry, 1 second, Skull. Cowboy Bebop probably had a Scottish person in it. Cowboy Bebop had a Native American in it, and that's like the only anime I've ever seen with a Native American in it.
Dragon Ball Z.
And no,
Dragon Ball.
No, no. Dragon Ball doesn't count. There's no America.
Oh, okay. Even though they're the spitting fucking image of the stereotypical Native American. No, not Native American because there's no America.
Yeah.
Then, okay.
Yeah, Skull.
Then there's no nationalities in Dragon Ball Z. Not even Japanese at that point.
Okay.
Wait. So are you telling me that the Hitler we saw in the movie was not Hitler?
Maybe.
Or, him kind of commenting about Super Saiyans being kind of like, the members of the favored race or something in the fucking dub.
Okay.
Hetalia?
I don't know what that is.
That's the anime that has all the different countries throughout World War II.
Oh, Hetalia. Okay.
Yeah. As like cute anime people.
Huh.
Yeah, and Italy is weirdly the fucking supposed to be the most adorable one, which I don't understand.
I don't understand much about Hetalia, to be honest with you. I understand the premise. I don't understand much beyond that.
His name's Angus Kirkland. Fuck this shit. I hate it.
So, Matt, quickly bring it.
Looking him up.
Oh, you know what?
You know
what, Angus? Eat this. Scotland has yet to make an official appearance in the manga and was initially a fan-made character. Suck it.
Oh, so Matt, I got a quiz for you.
Yes.
So, without using the internet, I'm curious because this is the point of a quiz. Where are the?
Also, I'm gonna say this real quickly. I'm reading this like fucking this shit's bullshit. Oh yeah, England brothers. There should still be 4 of them.
So
it's
Matt,
like all 3 of England's brothers. Yes, yeah.
So where is Earth Federation's HQ based in Universal Century Gundam? Where is it based in the world?
Scotland?
No, that's one, but no, that's not right. Just give me a country, or give me a continent.
Iran.
No.
Here's a question for you guys. This was posted in a D&D Facebook.
Oh, Angus! I know somebody. I just remember this. I know somebody who's fucking Scottish.
Yeah, me.
Stalkers.
Darkstalkers?
Morgana's not Scottish.
Yeah, she is.
No. I mean, one of her voice actors is.
She's Scottish, Lundy.
One of her voice actresses is, but she herself is not.
She is. Here. There's her Wikipedia page. There you go.
Talking about Morrigan Ainsland.
Birthplace. Fictional profile. Birthplace. Scotland. So, her fucking depiction in the Saturday morning Darkstalkers cartoon accurate than the anime version.
But she's not.
No, Lundy, fuck you. No, Lundy, no. This is vengeance for Rurouni Kenshin and Kogias.
But she's just not. It's just not factually accurate.
She's Scottish, Lundy.
She's born in the goddamn dark fucking dimension bullshit that all the demons come from.
No, she was born in Scotland.
No, she wasn't.
Actually, if she was born in the dark dimension, that makes no sense, Matt, because Native Americans in Dragon Ball don't count because they're not born in America. So therefore, not Scottish.
No, she was born in Scotland. It says, read the wiki, motherfucker.
I'm reading the wiki, but it's wrong.
It's not wrong. That's it.
It's fucking wrong. According to every fucking continuity, outside of, I guess,
the actual games.
No. Not even in the fucking games.
Also, Matt, to quickly point out, just because a fan wiki says something does not necessarily mean it's true.
This is on the official Wikipedia, but it's not fucking right.
Go look it up. She's Scottish. I have broken you, Lundy. Sir.
It's not correct, though.
It is.
No, because it's not correct because she was. It doesn't count. It doesn't count if it's a place where she has to be reborn as a result of being sealed. It's still her. It's still no. She was originally born in the same dimension all the other goddamn demons are, but she was sealed because she was an S-class fucking threat to the goddamn basically king of the underworld. And as a result of her sealing, she was reborn, I guess, technically into Scotland. But
sealed her power away.
They sealed her power away, and that's how she got to go to Scotland. Matt!
She was still born in Scotland.
She was born in the demon's dimension and then reborn in Scotland when she was sealed.
The name of this Friday Hangout should be the Great Anime Debates.
She wasn't actually born in Scotland, though. Not originally.
She's officially a Scottish character. Angus, Angus, you need to fucking petition your PM to build a statue of the greatest fictional character of Scottish descent, Morgana, from Darkstalkers. Put it right in the center of Edinburgh.
So, you know what's sad about that, Matt? What's truly sad about that? That character probably has more. That probably is more than what Poland has for anime characters. No, Angus, you're not getting it. Trust me. The RT will get the joke. In the ether somewhere, someone felt pain.
Like how, like, it's just gone quiet. He's like, all of my elaborate Morgana fan fiction is ruined. I've been working on it for 20 years.
I never even gave a shit about Darkstalkers before now. I knew some shit, but Jesus Christ.
Congratulations, Lundy. That's everybody who pretty much knows that fucking character. I bet you maybe Skull has also played Darkstalkers.
No.
Okay, so I'm legitimately the only one in here who's ever probably played the actual Darkstalker games.
So the funny part is I can picture like the next 2 days of Lundy doing this much research.
I just didn't give a shit about the fucking story because that was never a huge part of Darkstalkers to me. It's like,
no, Darkstalkers has a great story about like fetus gods and shit. Like Darkstalkers' story is amazing.
Matt, I was goddamn 9 years old when I played Darkstalkers. I didn't give a fuck.
Oh, that's probably why you have this misconception. Like, a lot of kids have mixed conceptions about Pluto being an actual planet. Yeah, I went there. I'm going to throw Pluto under the fucking cosmic bus for fucking Morgana being Scottish.
Yep, good old Pluto not being a planet.
You're my boy, Pluto, but fuck you, you ain't a planet.
Wait, weren't you backing the whole Pluto's a planet?
Yes, yeah. Yes, he was. That's why this is partially kind of annoying.
And believe me, I'll get high and forget this, and then I'll go back to being like, Pluto's a planet, derp, 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 derp. And annoy everybody even further. What if Pluto did become Scotland?
I'm literally grinding my teeth right now.
Then Morgana would be a Plutetian. That's an alien from Pluto. I guess it could also be a Plutonian.
So I'm really picturing Matt just having a field day with the Rick and Morty episode about fucking Pluto being a planet.
That episode did make me go like, maybe I am a bit dumb for thinking Pluto's still a planet. But like, I still hold by my thing. If like Pluto's not a planet, then Jupiter shouldn't be a planet.
Wait, why shouldn't Jupiter be a planet?
Gas giants, fuck them. You can't land a ship on a gas giant. Like, gas giants are just big fucking cold balls of fucking space farts. They shouldn't be counted as planets. Only fucking rocks. Things made of rocks and dirt should be planets.
But doesn't it still, show the same behavior as any other type of giant, gravitational body?
The sun's not a planet.
Planetary body, sorry. I'm pretty sure if you, I don't know, ram a ship into it, it'll blow up if it fucking hits a gas giant. Not to mention,
I'm just saying, if Pluto gets a new name, then the gas giants should get it. You know what? That's what they should just be considered. Gas giants. Not even planets. They're just gas giants.
At most,
so we have...
At most, I would give you...
We have 4 planets. We have 4 planets.
Yeah, at the most, Matt, I'd probably give you it's a failed sun.
Well, that's really only maybe true for Jupiter.
That's kind of mildly depressing of a name, failed sun.
Right?
Well, it's like the sun's. It's like the actual sun's the dad.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm disappointed in you. You couldn't become.
Even before the whole Pluto thing, I've always been like, why are the gas giants considered planets? They're lame.
I don't know. You getting too close, you getting too far into their actual atmosphere, getting crushed to death, to me seems pretty metal.
It is metal at the core.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking shit in space that can kill you. Like,
well, yeah, space is really good. Space seems to be really good at that. It's almost like we weren't, adapted.
Also,
it's like we're not adapted to be in that environment. It's like we're kind of meant to be on a planet.
The core of the sun is fucking iron. Like, big whoopity-doo. You got a big metal core. You big man on campus, Jupiter? Jupiter. I'll say it. I know everybody else is scared of Jupiter because it's all big and up there in fucking space. But not me. I'm a man. I'm brave. In this shit, Jupiter, fucking come at me, bro.
You know, actually, that kind of makes me.
10 rounds, if
I ever became buddies of Garrett or Bad Mouse, I might have to actually show them what I found because I think they would get a giggle out of it.
Holy shit! Some of the concept art design choices for Morgan before they settled on her current fucking feature. Jesus Christ!
I love my Soviet Union Coca-Cola bottle.
It's like portable.
Two of them would definitely. One of them definitely not. Another one not too bad. Would probably be portable. Honestly, 2 of the 3 of them would definitely be portable. But one of them, what the fuck is that supposed to even be? It's like the concept design here. She's like a giant muscle woman with yellow skin, and her head's like a crown. Like, I don't even know what that's supposed to be, even.
That's actually pretty fucking baller. I gotta admit, that is kind of cool. Maybe she might have been thought of as a villain originally. Like, she might have been the end villain.
Huh. There's a Scots word for pineapple.
She basically is a villain. Yeah, well, she's an anti-villain anyway.
No, she's like, let's be honest. I know Donovan fucking blah blah blah. Who gives a shit? Is supposed to be the actual protagonist of the Dark Souls series, but nobody cares about Donovan. Like,
I know people. No, I mean,
people legitimately care about the werewolf character than the actual main protagonist.
I don't disagree with you in the idea that Morgan is basically the main character of Darkstalkers. I completely agree with that. I'm just saying that I wouldn't call her a hero. I'd call her an anti-villain.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I made an explanation there.
And I mean, that's probably the whole point of the sorry, Scott Angus.
I was explaining my is that I found out there's a Scots word for pineapple, and it's Pitcairnia.
Alrighty.
That sounds like a fancy nation.
Right.
Kind of does.
I come from Pitcairnia.
Yeah.
I hail from Pitcairnia.
It does sound like a flower, or like a like.
And it
doesn't really sound like a fruit name, though. Then again, I don't know all the different names of fruit in Scottish.
I know the old joke is that the Inuits have like 50 words for snow, but I looked it up. Scotland has about 20.
Like, we're catching up, motherfuckers.
We're
getting there. Just a few more.
Living under the British thumb doesn't give us much else to do with our time.
Yeah.
I was still making the joke about Brexit actually, fully happening, and then Scotland succeeds and then gets conquered by the United States, and we start fucking just importing a fuck ton of guns. just laying them there and watch the Scots start just like going to town on the rest of the UK.
Honestly, that'd probably be a better thing to do in Northern Ireland. The Scots would probably just be like, if anything, the Scots would be trying to fight us.
Yeah, probably.
Because why would they fight the UK at that point? They're not, like, England's not controlling them.
Oh, they fight the UK because the UK are assholes.
Well,
maybe if it was an ultimatum, like Scotland, you have to, like, you're a state, you're a territory, but we'll grant you independence, but first you have to fight England. It's like that scene in Dark Knight where fucking the Joker cracks the fucking pool cue in half and fucking drops it on the floor. He's like, audition time.
We only have room for one more.
There we go. I found all the words. So, bled is to snow slightly. Driffle is to drizzle and rain or snow slightly. Esk or esk is to sleet. Fuchter is off snow to lightly fall. Neaster is to drizzle, rain or snow slightly. Neast is to drizzle, rain or slow. It goes on.
Yeah, there's a couple of ones where it's like, do you really need all of it?
Yeah, right. Do we need all this stuff in the thesaurus? Spitter, sneasel, smucht, smur, slag, skimmer, skift, skifter, skiff, scouder, pule, push.
I did have a quick question, and this is kind of completely petty, mainly because of the gravity of the situation and also the group I'm bringing up. But if Northern Ireland was agitated to where we started seeing Northern Ireland terrorist attacks again, how would the anti-SJW community try to hand wave that away?
And wait, what?
So if the Northern Ireland pretty much got agitated enough to start doing terrorist attacks again, how would the anti-SJW or anti-Islam community try to hand wave that away?
They probably wouldn't try to hand wave it away.
Yeah, they'd probably ignore it.
They'd either ignore it. For the most part, they probably
would either ignore it, or if they're Irish American, they would probably secretly support it.
Yeah, bear in mind that it's Catholic versus Protestant. It's not Islam versus anything.
Yeah.
I can't get away from it. Matt, I just Googled Scottish anime characters, and outside of Scotland from Hitalia, one of the things that came up was goddamn Chocola from Nikopara for some goddamn reason.
That's hilarious. That's amazing.
Touche.
It all comes back. You can't escape it, Matt.
Lundy got out of the rage spell I cast and struck me. Well played, mighty warrior.
I didn't even have to lie for that one either. That's legit on the image search for some reason.
So, yeah, Matt can't escape that fucking game now. It's amazing.
It's gonna be like Tower Toppler.
They start finding Twitter and fucking Instagram fucking communities of Nikopara and start just dumping your guys' LP into it. Yeah, but the amount of hate you guys generated was kind of funny.
I do like this, his Nick's most viewed series, and it's also his most disliked.
So what I've been kind of toying with, I'll be kind of sad is if I did.
I know another anime character who's Scottish.
So Lundy,
Scrooge McDuck.
He's
not an anime character.
Yeah, he's
Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck's totally anime. What inspired anime?
It's not the same, Matt.
It is.
Not Scrooge, that's for sure.
Well, the all-time best anime character, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Scrooge was created in 1947. So.
No, Donald. Donald's the best. He remember he had a dream where he was a Nazi. That was weird. Disney doesn't like you to think about that. Like, no. Like, we don't want you to think about this because you might start being like, well, what did Hitler think about, like?
I mean, to be entirely fair, it was an episode that was supposed to be like this. It's absolutely horrible living under a Nazi regime. That was the point of the episode.
But it like, you might watch it, you might be like, I wonder what Walt Disney's opinions on Hitler were, and then you read up on it, it's like, oh no.
I can't remember Walt Disney. I know he was anti-Semitic.
Disney sent Hitler. Disney sent Hitler like a copy of fucking Snow White in German.
So
maybe it wasn't snow. It was he sent something to Hitler, and he also sent a fucking. This is the most surreal thing. He sent a fucking like Mickey Mouse hat to Hitler.
Well, that's amazing.
It was like one of his prized possessions. Because Hitler was a really big fan of fucking Disney. Like,
oh no!
Because Hitler was an artist. He was really amazed by fucking. Especially, Hitler was a landscape artist in particular, so he was really amazed by like.
Well, he liked Charlie Chaplin as well. Remember, until the Great Dictator.
Charlie Chaplin made him sad.
Yeah, once he made the Great Dictator.
So I can't remember. Was Mr. Disney one of the guys that decided to kind of walk away from the Nazi regime once like the bodies started to show up? Because I know a lot of, because for me reading like the American eugenics movement when it came to Nazi racial policies, racial hygiene policies. It just seemed like a lot of Americans, pretty much everyone in the eugenics movement, kind of like once the bodies started to show up in the Nazi regime, they're kind of like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Nazi too?
Ford was really more like, I'm not gonna be publicly anti-Semitic anymore. Secretly run an anti-Semitic newspaper.
So what's weird about Ford, because the book, The New Hate, kind of went over this, because they actually brought up Ford a lot as like an example of
Ford's really interested in terms of like how he
dealt with how he was anti-Semitic.
Yeah, he had a really interested he has a lot of really interesting connections into like how racism played out in like the late 20s and fucking early 40s and stuff in this country, because he was like financing a lot of shit.
Well, he was like he was anti-Semitic. He was against he was against anti-Semitic, the type of conspiracies that were anti-Semitic. But he also didn't connect that with actual Jewish individuals, which was weird.
You've got to remember there is such a thing as being anti-Semitic and also anti-Zionist.
Yeah.
Which I know they get conflated, but they're not the same, because Arabs are Semites as well.
Yeah, and I know about Semites being technically an Arabic term. Well, not Arabic, but it's supposed to be a scientific term back like the early 20th century. That's supposed to mean Arabs, not necessarily Jewish individuals. It was just there was a lot of German science papers that kept using the term.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a Bomber guy said in his video too, the golden one, or maybe it was, I can't remember what video he said it, but it was like, maybe if you keep saying all of this, like, hey, I'm not saying like this about Jews, I'm saying this about Zionists, maybe quit calling them Jews then? Just say Zionists?
Maybe?
Well, also, Angus, there's what's the term, Judaism or something? I know that one got brought up in like one of my history classes.
But even then, Zionist is
referring to ancient anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Well, not
there will be a term for like being anti-Jewish as a full stop, but it got taken over by anti-Semitism. So
that's kind of why like a lot of the fuckers switch over to the globalism. At least the fuckers who want to sound somewhat respectable.
Well, to be honest, I don't even think that necessarily works anymore, because globalism.
No, it doesn't, because globalism has become like kind of outwardly anti-Semitic code word.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Rothschilds now.
So, anti-Semitism aside, Matt, I'd just like to read you something here real quick.
Oh boy!
It is the rule list, the official rules for a particular subreddit.
Oh no!
So I love how you say anti-Semitism beside, and then you bring up a subreddit. That's hilarious.
Right? Number 1. All content must involve Nico Para or Nico Works.
Link me this subreddit. I have some links I need to do.
Number 2. All not safe for work posts must include the tag. Number 3. Spoilers regarding the visual novel or any of the books must also be marked. 4, Nikos are cute. That's a rule.
Do you think me? You know what, give me that link because I have an idea of what me and Nick can do. Me and Nick, I'm gonna ask Nick: is there a way to make a bot on Reddit that just spams spoilers? And the and like anytime that bot gets banned, a new bot gets created, and it goes in.
Just a never-ending cycle.
It's just 5. Like chocolate kills Dumbledore.
Please do not post links to pirated versions of the game.
Oh boy.
Number 6. You may post a video of yourself playing Nikopara, but please note that videos contain the entirety of an installment and or have no editing whatsoever / uncut videos will be removed. Number 7. Non-Nikopara content discussion involving Sayori, its creator, is also allowed as long as the title is tagged as such.
You know what, Angus, I mean not Angus. You know what, Lundy, I know why you're doing this, but none of this will change the fact that Morgana is Scottish.
And also, thank you, Lundy, for that link. I will be using that later.
What is the first topic that we find on the Nikopara subreddit? Making sure before I download this game, is there any way for me to turn off the H scenes and settings? You buy the patch for the hentai separately, says one person who has Cinnamon's avatar as their picture. And then another one who has Vanilla's avatar as their picture says, yes, though even without the explicit H scenes, there's a lot of highly suggestive stuff going on.
So there is one sad thing. It only has 1.7 thousands of subscribers, which does make me a little sad. I was hoping it had like 1.2 million, and I just can just flow Nick shit in here and see what happens. Also, Lundy, I think I know what I'm gonna do for my second post in here outside of putting Nick's stuff up.
No, Skull, you'll get yours.
I can't help it. I'm
kind of already did it Sunday game. Oh yeah, though I forgot you're not gonna be here maybe for this Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not because I have fucking exam, which is what I'm studying for right now while talking to you people.
Hopefully. God, you know how fucking off the rails it's gonna get. Dobu might actually die.
When Scully gets introduced?
Poor Dobu situation might come steaming to a head without Scully there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch.
That sword influence in Joe Carr. Because I told... You know what, Lundy? I know you're going to disagree with this. I'm legitimately more worried about you having that.
I don't know.
So
I don't know how that's going to end, to be honest. Because the weird thing is,
I'm
doesn't use a sword.
Lundy plays like a full very good. So like I can see Lundy totally being like, you know what? Maybe the sword is convincing Joe Carr to turn a little dark. Maybe this would be an interesting character turn for Joe Carr. He's like the lovable guy. What if there's a darker edge to him?
So Lundy.
Yes.
Would a lawful good paladin with a very high diplomacy be able to convince you that, hey, maybe the sword, after he explains to you the power of the sword, maybe the sword wouldn't be so good for in the hands of, normal people. Maybe it should be, put in the hands of something much more powerful, like a church.
Jotar would completely agree, and he would ask if the church is more powerful than he is.
Oh God, that means Scully's gonna have to be the representative here.
So, Mr. Paladin, if you represent church and say church is powerful, defeat Jotar and can have sword.
Wait, is it going to be full combat or is it going to be a contest of strength?
Well, I have a question for you. Hi, I'm Dobu. My voice sounds the same. I'm not good at character voices. So, yeah, I'm Dobu. How's it going? the last church of the last paladin we were affiliated with burned down, so his church wasn't stronger than fire. But my boy Joe Carr here can kick dirt on fire and put it out, so he's stronger than fire. So, is your church stronger than fire?
Well, considering my church is Palor, the sun god, I would assume yes.
Suns aren't made out of fire.
You don't know that,
they're
Mr.
plasma.
Dodo.
I have science.
No, you don't.
Professor Dr. Dobu.
Oh, what do you think about that, by the way, about the fact that we have practically built a fusion reactor in an atmosphere?
Really?
Yeah, in France. They're at the point where they've managed to get up to a temperature hotter than the sun for a few seconds.
Isn't lightning technically hotter than like the surface of the sun?
Yeah, but it's a good sign for a fusion reactor that they managed to contain it. You don't want a fusion reactor getting out of containment in a planet that has atmosphere.
I'm sorry, I still can't get over the fact that one of the rules of the Nicopara subreddit is that Nicos are cute. Like, that's a rule. That's
well,
Lundy, still just makes me giggle.
Lundy, you want to know what my second Reddit post would be?
What?
In this? My second Reddit post would be, or I would just put it with the actual. Nah, I wouldn't put it with because it was just like Lami is cuter than Nikos. Fight me on it. Come at me.
I just imagine after like you said that, Lundy. I just imagine like zoom out from Earth, hard zoom somewhere, and it's just like God in his God mansion, and he's like, maybe today is the day I'll talk to humanity again. And he just hears that. He's like, one of the rules on the Nico Para subreddit is Nicos are cute. And he's like, nope, not today.
And that holy ass gets more supplanted in that fucking throne.
Oh, God.
And then God goes into...
Who said that, Jim?
God goes into his house, and he just sits in his lazy boy and just sobs. And his second wife Cindy comes in. It's like, "What's wrong, honey?" And he's just like, "I'm so disappointed in my children." So
he's like watching.
I'm disappointed.
He's watching a show that is supposed to make him happy. He's just like, "I'm really disappointed in my sons right now." Yeah. My children.
I mean, look at what they did to their brother Jesus, and it's like that one episode of Family Guy where it's a hard cut. It's just Jesus sitting on the swing set, not saying anything, and having a 1,000-yard stare.
Oh, you see, that Red Media are claiming they've created a properly holographic phone that you don't need any eye sets or anything to see the hologram.
Wait, Red Letter Media?
Not Red Letter Media, Red Media. The camera maker.
Okay. Because I was like, wait, what?
Oh my God.
Were they just like, yeah, we were trying to make a new Will of the Worst because the last one broke and we ended up making a hologram.
So Matt, I just pictured it like a tech show. It's fucking their persona of the one character who does the Star Wars sucking reviews, doing the unveil for the holophone. It's really great.
I never really thought about like the Mr. Flinken voice is a lot like my Brett Keane voice.
Yeah, it is.
Except my Brett Keane voice is a lot more monotone.
Yeah. Supposedly, they've claimed that they've got like 4-dimensional viewing. 4-dimensional files.
Matt, was it Von Helton who argued that the sun doesn't warm the earth and it's warmed by the friction of degree? Okay.
Yes, it was Von Helton.
Because I remember that argument, but I could not for the life of me remember who the fuck said it.
And it's just like, how do we have seasons, Vaughn? How do we have seasons if it's fucking friction?
Space friction.
Also, I just noticed this. We've been going for 2 hours.
Also, Matt.
I was supposed to play Nico Para Part 3 with Nick.
Matt. Well, to be fair, are you really complaining?
Yeah.
Not really, but at the same time, I kind of want to finish that. Like, it's.
Well, you don't want to get.
I don't like it being like the sort of Damocles hanging over my fucking head, really.
Oh, don't worry. You have 2 of those up there.
A
lot of fucking of them. Like Tower Toppler, Brechteen.
I'm still working on that project, by the way.
You still like when the fucking OVA comes out for Nikopara, you and Nick have to watch it. You know that, Matt.
Oh, that's the air sword I was referring to. But Matt, you know I'm still working on that Tower Topper edition with Nikopara sprites in there. You know I'm doing that, right?
I said that. I'll kill you, Skull. But first I'll fucking smash a dumpling.
No,
I'll fucking hamstring you, and while you're laying on the floor with your bleeding fucking Achilles tendons just flapping there like Venetian curtains, I'm gonna fucking go to your closet, take out dumpling, and fucking crack it over my knee like fucking Bane did to Batman's back.
Then you break your knee because dumpling's like a 40-pound fucking luggable computer.
Then it'll beat you to death with dumpling.
Yeah, see, that's more acceptable. Dumpling has like a plated steel fucking hole. It's like stupid as a fucking computer. It's amazing. It feels like I'm working on an old World War II tank when I'm working on dumpling. I had to take out like 20 fucking, fasteners and then pop off a plate.
I'm bringing a fucking goddamn jackhammer just for dumpling.
So Jemison has come up with the suggestion that Matt, you should call Nick Nyek.
Oh God!
When you're in video with him, and I don't know why.
No, yeah,
because of the nyas. Oh dear God! Why did that not occur to me?
Nyek.
Yeah.
You know what, Lundy? Don't feel bad. I'm the one who just like. How long ago was it that we watched Cowboy Bebop with Agata?
Like
2 weeks ago. Yeah, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Like, I was the one who didn't realize Ein was short for Einstein.
That's true. Oh, God. I can't believe that happened. No, okay. So, chat, I need to tell you this. So, we're watching Cowboy Bebop with Agata, a mutual friend of ours. We don't fucking know her. Because she's never seen it before. And it turned out that we ended up skipping episode 2, which had Ein in it. It was the introduction of Ein. And I point out to Agata, I'm like, by the way, since we're skipping episode 2, Ein is their dog. He's basically a genetically engineered dog who's like super, super smart. He has like extremely high IQ. Then after like a little bit of discussion and a little bit of just watching whatever episode we were on at the time, Matt just sort of realizes that Ein is short for Einstein, and he goes, I never realized that, and we all just started busting up laughing at him. And the thing is, after we got finished laughing at him, he was kind of a sourpuss for the rest of the viewing session and just started fucking just talking shit about Cowboy Bebop because he got made fun of that.
Well, to be honest,
I know I was a sourpuss. Because that motherfucker right there was like, Sympathy for the Devil was a shit episode.
It is a shit episode, sorry. It's the worst of the Cowboy Bebop series, which is saying like, oh, this is only silver instead of gold. My bad.
It's really not the shittiest of Cowboy Bebop. I'll say that. I'm gonna say
I'll honestly silver your gold.
Honestly, of all the Cowboy Bebop episodes, I'd say the one that I like the least is the one with the fucking mime clown dude in it. With the top hat.
Yeah, that one does kind of. Actually, now thinking about it, that one didn't really have that good of a sci-fi, techno-babble explanation of why his abilities did what they did.
It was just hey, this is cool.
Yeah, right? It kind of came off as like, we're gonna try to do like a.
Hello.
Hello. I think
come off as we're just gonna. Yeah, I did. It came up.
He's fucking doing a live stream right now.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's a Friday night, so. It's just expected. Friday nights are live stream nights.
Hey, Saturday nights are live stream nights too, you know. Republic's fucking off.
Cough, cough. Reference.
Next. Angus, why are you doing that? I do a fucking shout out video every week. We do very public spanking. My audience knows about a very public spanking.
Some of your audience are new because.
No, they're all.
You still haven't changed the homepage.
No, I noticed that the other day. I need to change the AVPSO channel link people friend bit. Yeah, I need to change that. It's not been updated in forever.
No, it hasn't.
Since I set it up.
Like Jason's not even on there.
Also, Nick, not Nick. Matt, were you trying to close out the show like 20 minutes ago?
Probably. I try that a lot.
Yeah, because you noticed that we've been going on for over 2 hours now.
Yeah. There's a video called "What If Spider-Man Was a Pokemon." That's a better video than Matt Pat's video. That's how we'll end this. It'll be like an Ouroboros just eating itself. We can end on some good old-fashioned Matt Pat hate. I hate him so fucking much.
Goodbye, little segue. Goodbye. You tried.
Goodbye, segue.
The fucking ended like that motherfucker Matt Pat was like Ernest Hemingway is Deadpool. Completely serious. Not an April Fool's joke or fucking anything. Deadpool is Ernest Hemingway. What fucking crack are you fucking smoking?
He even made a section in that video where he's like, now I know, contrary to popular belief, I am aware that at least some of the theories that I put forward are kind of out there and kind of a stretch and not really realistic and don't make a lot of sense. But I actually believe in this one. He said that.
Legitimately, those words fucking words.
I think I'm gonna, yeah. Anyway, are we closing out?
Please, I need to pee.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, fuck Matt Pat. Anybody want the last words?
5th edition monks are not overpowered.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hey, there we go. And Skull.
Punch your local Nazi.
And I'll end on. Bye-bye.